Welcome to Common Sense Math with Dr. Bill, where I try to use common sense and the five senses to make sense of the most difficult math problems in each grade level, one grade level at a time, and in 10 minutes or less. I've already set my timer to go off in 10 minutes from the second I started this video. So here we go, rock and roll. So this first problem I want to look at with you, I'm going to call this activity follow the yellow brick road until you get to the end. And the end is where the stop sign is. And we're going to call the question mark for math the stop sign at the end of the yellow brick road. A lot of students are doing one or two, the first or only the second steps of problems and getting thrown off about the answers. So let's go ahead and see what we can help you with that might make a difference with your students as they try to test uh, on questions like this. This was a question I made based on last year's question 24 in third grade. This is the TEK. It was multiple choice, recording category 2, a readiness standard, and the statewide average on a question similar to this on strip diagrams was only 8%, meaning 92% of the students in Texas got it wrong. So I've already circled the three punctuation marks so that you can see uh, as we read through each uh, yellow brick road, we'll pause and do what I call the lab work. We have to label and not just show on the computer or on our test booklet. We might want to show on line paper because what I want to make you aware of is since we're pretending like this is the computer, we won't be able to uh, do very much on the computer unless they change the whole system. Very little can be done except for some highlighting and some small note taking. So here we go. Uh, let's get started. Two friends were swimming laps in a pool that was 50 feet in length, period. Pause. First, yellow brick road. What does that look like? Two friends swimming. There's a pool and it's 50 feet. That's all we know so far. We don't know what we're going to need. The first friend swam 150 feet. So I'm using my mathematics chart with place value to kind of plot through the yellow brick roads that we have. Uh, so far, we've made it through two steps, two yellow bricks on our road. The first friend, 100, one in the hundreds, five in the tens, zero in the ones, 150 feet. Okay, so you could have a little stick man there if you want, but that little guy right there has 150 feet. The second one. The second friend swam 70 feet more. 70 feet more. Plus, add, sum, plus, add. Ooh. Than the first friend. What does that look like? Well, let's look at the third yellow brick, third yellow sentence, and see there's the second friend. You could have another little stick man if you want to. 50 feet more than the first friend who we just learned has 150 feet. Okay, so then we'll get to finally the question mark where the road ends and where we start to try and figure out how to work our way through the problem. Which strip diagram can be used to find the total number of feet that both friends swam? So total number in feet both friends. Let me show you that on my mathematics chart. The total number in feet, which strip diagram it said, of the four that are there, the total number of feet for both friends. That means that I would need the first friend, first stick man, this number, added to my second friend, this number, to get a total. So let's see which ones of the choices does something like that. Well, letter A, when you look at it, it has the 150 of the first friend. It has the 50-foot pool kind of thrown in there. And then it has a 75 for the 75 feet more, but that's not what the strip diagram would look like, because in most strip diagrams, you're supposed to see a question mark like these other ones do. So that would be one that your students would know to get rid of very quickly as a distractor. Letter B, it says 150 and 150 to find the total. See the question mark? There's the question mark. That would mean that both of the friends swam the same number of feet, and that would not be true. So take a look at letter C. This is the biggest distractor that most kids in Texas went for. Letter C in my little third brick had the second friend swimming 50 feet more than the first friend. So if you look, there's a 150 plus 50. Those numbers are together in that little box. And that's what letter C does here. Very similar to how it was tested with different numbers in a different situation. So this would have been the answer if they only asked your students the total number that the second friend swam, because that's what's in his box. So we need to find the strip diagram that puts both friends together. So when you look at letter D, there's your strip. There's our question mark to find the total number. There's the first friend. Those two numbers are the second friend. And voila, you get a total. Now, for those of you in more advanced grades, I'm going to do a separate problem modeling how to do an extension, because if my thought process here is if only 8% of the students in third grade in April got a question similar to this correct, I would imagine that most fourth grade students and probably half of the fifth grade students wouldn't even be able to do this very well either, because it's easy for anybody to get distracted. But because I'm working with middle school and high school math teachers as well, I wanted to do an extension to, instead of giving you a brand new problem, uh, to take different roads down this yellow brick road and go green to go to some other more advanced type things that will take the problem that's been given and give some possible other scenarios, because we never know what our kids are going to get. So in another video, you'll see me model part A, and in a third video, you'll see me model part B. So there you have it. I was able to model it in less than 10 minutes. Um, Thank you to all of you who have joined the Common Sense Math in person and uh, online recorded trainings. That the in-person ones will start next semester in January in different locations. And we're already starting the recorded videos now. And what I'll try to do is some from each grade level each day, so that you can kind of get a feel and everybody can get some practice. Um, if you have a question or would like to sign up for one of my uh, in-person math trainings, I think I have 10 or 11 locations around Texas. There's my ringer, so I have to stop. Feel free to email me so I can help you out and get you registered. Thanks and God bless.